Yo, what is up, everybody? It's on Varsity today, and I'm bringing you guys a different type of commentary. This is a very long one. This is not even really, I guess you can call it commentary. It's more of a podcast, though. We are going into something. Atlanta sports seems like, it's popping right now. It looks like, we're doing really good. The Falcons, 8-0. We got the Saints next week, so we're going to be talking a lot about the Falcons. We're going to be talking about the Hawks. And I mean, baseball was still, we talk about the Braves, but I'm not a big baseball fan. So I watch base. I'm open to watch any sport except for hockey, and even then, I might be, watching a couple hockey games if they still had, hockey in Atlanta since they took that away. But let's talk about the Falcons. Roddy White said that he thinks the Falcons go 16-0, and I thought, we could do it, but now I'm kind of scared. It seems like every now and then, there's one player, which Rodney does get sometimes kind of big headed, and he said we can do it. I think he's the only one that's really said it. Come out to it. Everybody else, when they asked that question, just like the Packers, well, last year. I think it was last year. They're pretty much like kind of dodging it. You saying we're gonna take this one by one. And, Rodney just pretty much came out and said, yeah, we could do it. Which I mean, we definitely have the talent to do it. We have the talent to go 16-0 or 17-0, whatever it is. We have the talent to do it. But just coming out there right now, that puts a lot of pressure, I think, on the coaching staff and players. And right now, I'm not worried about going 16-0, 17-0. I'm not worried about even beating, you know, making it to the playoffs. We got the playoff spot locked up, I think. Guaranteed. What I'm worried about is winning a playoff game. That's to me means the most. Once we get past our first round or beat whoever in the second round if we get a bye is most important. And now, if I think this wouldn't have been such a big deal to me if Rodney, said this Roddy White. If he didn't say this like this week, this is the week that means anything. I'm not gonna comment on anything saying, "Oh, the Falcons 16-0 in this." Talking about us winning any games in the future until we can beat the Saints. And I think any true Atlanta Falcons fan, a smart one at least, knows what I'm saying when I'm talking about beating the Saints. When, the Falcons were doing okay, our season would be complete if we beat the Saints. That's really what we care about. And seeing the Saints win the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago, or not weeks ago, wow, years ago, was disappointing in my eyes. Watching Drew Brees get that record on us was disappointing last year. It broke me because I hate the Saints with a passion. I think any true Falcons fan hate the Saints, and I just hate them. I just hate them. I hate Drew Brees, and if you're a true Atlanta fan and you're smart, you're not gonna be biased towards this. The Saints are good. You know how we play against the Saints. Since the Sean Payton era, we have just been owned by the Saints in this division. They're like what 10-2 versus us. We beat them twice. I can still remember when they blocked our punt and came back and won the game. That was crazy. And beating the Saints this week would mean I think everything to a true Falcons fan because this will pretty much put them out the playoffs or make it very difficult for them to win, and come back from this loss if we get it, if we get the W, and for them to come back and to the playoffs. But if they beat us, the league should be on notice, honestly, because the Saints gonna have a lot of momentum. They're gonna be, on their high horse. And that defense last week, I know it was against the Eagles D line or O line, or was it versus the Eagles? I'm pretty sure it was the Eagles. Or I might think a couple weeks back. I think it was the Eagles. Even though that Eagles O line is terrible, they did have a lot of sacks, and Steve Spagnuolo was looking pretty good as a D coach, and it really does scare me. And I think any Falcons fan is scared of the Saints. At least me. I mean, this year I'm not really as scared, but every year we play them, I'm scared of Drew Brees. I'm not even gonna lie, and that's just respect for the Saints, even though I hate them. But this year I think we have it. I think we can beat them. I'm very confident that we can beat them. But if they do beat us somehow, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think they might be able to make the playoffs. But as of right now, if we can beat them, I think there's a 0% chance of them making the playoffs because I think honestly, you know, if they lose this week versus us, their main goal is going to be beating us. What 2 weeks from now? What, 3 weeks? Whenever we play again, or was it, is it the last week of the season? I'm not sure. Um, to beat us, and just get our undefeated record out, and that's what their gonna main goal is. If they lose it, and then they don't, if they win, they're gonna look to make a playoff push, and but the division is looking all right. The Panthers are terrible. Doug Martin is looking really nice. I'm scared of Doug Martin. Um, who else? Josh Freeman. I have him in fantasy. He's been going off because of that running game. Um, you know, like I just don't know. Like Josh Freeman's so weird to me. I had Peyton Manning as my starter though, and then Doug Martin. Like he's putting up numbers. I don't get how though. Like I did not think he was gonna be this good. Counterful said he was gonna be amazing, and I just didn't believe it. A rookie running back. I don't know. I mean, he's really good. He's a talented young player, but yeah, but just talk about more about the Falcons. I think our passing game is elite. I like this pass first offense. Michael Turner, I think he's like him and Jaquez are like the perfect fit, and even Jason Snelling. We have changed the pace back in Jaquez, even though he wasn't even set to be that. But going in the backfield and giving it to Jaquez. What he proved last week was pretty dirty. I mean, I was worried about him. If you look at his numbers and just look at highlight clips of him before the bye, he was all right. It seemed like he was struggling running the ball, getting out, except for that one week where he had the receiving touchdown. But after the bye, he has really proved himself. And we have really improved after this bye. Our group tackling has been a lot better. We've cut off the cut back on the run plays on for defense. I know we are missing Sean Witherspoon, and a lot of people don't realize that as of right now, we're missing our best. One of our two best defensive players, Sean Witherspoon and Brent Grimes. We still do have John Abraham, the Predator, but our D line I think is pretty elite. But it is a really scary thing that if you think about that, the Falcons are missing, Brent Grimes, a top corner last year, and he was looking like it, versus the Chiefs, and then tore his Achilles. Sean Witherspoon, I'm not even sure what his injury was, but I think it's pretty serious. I hope it's not, but that really did scare me. Because he is our best linebacker, I would say. He led our team in tackles. But Asante Samuel really proved himself this year, and really, showed out. And Dante Robinson also. I hated Dante Robinson before this season. Oh my God, I wanted to trade him so bad. But now, he is really proving himself to fit in the scheme. Mike Nolan really, feeling this defense. He is really, put this defense in the front run, and it's making me really happy. Like you can't imagine how happy I am with this defense. Like our defense has struggled, I think, in the past, but Thomas Deku just like outstanding season. Like you couldn't even rate how high Thomas Deku has been as important scale to our team because he has been so important to our team, and he's been playing well. Sometimes he might make a mistake, but he comes back at it, and he does his thing. And I really do like Thomas Deku. Matt Ryan, what had 3 picks one game. He's got I don't even know how many picks he's thrown, but he threw 3 picks in one game. And he doesn't have that many picks in the season compared to his touchdowns. And just coming out and just saying, I threw 3 picks in one game, I messed up. And if you just remove, that those 3 picks and just maybe put one, not having that bad game, that like that bad of a game, that's really saying something because Matt Ryan has really done well, especially with maybe um with a lot of, I would say a lot of pressure on his shoulders because he struggled. I mean, before this, what was his name? Matty check down. That's what everybody called him. He can not do anything but check down. We got a new offensive, coordinator, which I said. I know me and my friend Two Shots, said, we blamed it on the offensive coordinator. Um, and now look at him. He's one of the top. quarterbacks in the league right now. I would say stat wise. I mean, upon like week 5, he was rated, the best quarterback, probably next to RG3, like stat wise, not just overall. And I think he's proven it. I think he's proven it really nicely. Um, in a combination with this running game, which is not, that much, like like really really good. It's just Michael Turner gets it done. That's what I would say. Michael Turner is just a perfect back for us because he's able to get 8 yards per carry. Not in a game, but like when we give it to him, he gets those tough 8 yards. He's not scared to run down the middle. And then Jaquez is not scared to get in a flat and maybe take a hit like Reggie Bush did, and just easily just juking the defender and getting a first down for us. Tony Gonzalez, that typical curl route that we put him on down the middle to get us a first down on third down. Julio Jones lining up in a slot. Roddy White going out deep as he has many times in the season. So as Julio. Julio was really struggling on the deep balls, and I think what was it last week versus Dallas? He caught like a 40-yard. No, that was Michael Turner's run. Julio Jones did catch a deep ball, and I think it was last week, and it really, in my eyes, it really just proved a proving point that he's been working on his game. Because at first I thought his deep ball threat was really bad. I just looked at him as a red zone target, and now I can see him as a deep ball, guy going deep, going down the middle, juking out defenders. We have everything. Our O line has been pretty good, even though sometimes our D line, our opponents' D lines can get to us. But I think Matt Ryan is really smart. He's a really good quarterback, and uh, I just really like this team this year. And I think honestly, I don't think we. I think we can go 16-0 or 17-0, whatever it is this season. But I don't think we are, just because of the fact why risk those last 2 weeks when we clinched the bye and clinched the division. Why risk like getting our players injured, as I think we've had injury problems. So just rest Julio and Roddy White, because that undefeated thing is really, I would say, it has no importance to us whatsoever. It really proves nothing, because we know that we are a good team and we need to prove that in the playoffs. So have our players um, good going in the playoffs. So we can't use any excuse. We'll be good. Use those practices. Get the playbook. Make sure what we're doing wrong. Because honestly, I kind of want to lose the game because I want to know our weakness. I know our weakness at first was group tackling. I know Kennedy said this to me. He said, I would like to lose the game because to see your weakness. But he's a Buffalo Bills fan, so. And I would like to see that too, because I really want to know what is our weakness and what we need to improve on in practice, because it seems like Mike Smith is really getting these guys to practice and practice hard, especially this defense, and that's what I really want to see. You know, us work even harder to get to the place that we want to be, and it seems like that's happening. And I think every week we're getting better and better. A couple games we had some slip ups, but we we made adjustments. We fought in those games versus the Raiders and the Panthers, and we kept in it, with maybe some luck and maybe some good calls and bad calls. We got through it and we won those games, and hard fought victories that, might should have been easy wins. But I'm proud of the Falcons. I hope they keep on doing their thing, and so the Hawks too. The Hawks are looking really nice. They're 2-1. We beat the Thunder. I didn't think we were gonna have any problems with the Thunder. We beat them last year without Al Horford and Joe Johnson. Really, Josh Smith last year led our team in that game. He had that big dunk on Serge Ibaka. Josh Smith didn't play this game. I'm pretty sure Al Horford went off. Al Horford's leading our team in points with like 17.7. Jeff Teague really getting the ball through. He's looking really nice. That dunk on Kevin Durant was pretty nasty. Jeff Teague is really working on his hops. I could tell. He had that monster dunk on Marcus Morris, and then he had that monster dunk on KD. Josh, I like Josh. I don't know why everybody's like, all these Lakers fans are rumor like throwing around this rumor saying, "Oh, Paul Gasol for Josh Smith." That was really never a rumor. Honestly, if nobody can give you a legit link of where a Atlanta Hawks beat writer, intelligence or whatever said, Paul Gasol for Josh Smith is happening. Even Danny Ferry himself came out and said we had no intentions of trading Josh Smith. We built this team for Josh Smith and Al Horford. We built this team for them to stay. And why would we just trade Josh Smith? And this one Lakers beat writer, reported it. It was really stupid, and he probably made a lot off of just making that big rumor. You know how the Lakers are; they just want attention. And honestly, why would you want Josh Smith and I don't know. I think Paul Gasol is a better fit with that team anyway. Because Josh, he needs the ball sometimes, and he can't work without it. But it just seems like sometimes he gets lazy, and he just needs the ball, and we're willing to give him to him because we have consistent shooters, not just people that are named as shooters that like the Lakers think that are good. We have shooters that can shoot. Kyle Korver, John Jenkins can shoot. Anthony Morrow can shoot. Lou Williams can shoot. Deshaun Stevenson gets hot sometimes, and Shawan. You know, we have people that can shoot and that are consistent shooters and just not names. And that's why I think the Lakers are based around just names. They see Steve Blake, oh, he played on the Lakers, he's a great shooter. No. um what's that dude's name? Antoine Jameson. He's a great shooter. He Antoine Jameson was only good on the Wizards. On the Cavs, he was so inconsistent. Oh my God, I wanted to facepalm myself every time I saw his stats. I still do because this dude, I don't see him play. I don't watch Laker games, but I really don't care about the Lakers. I should probably just get off the topic because this video is pretty much to a end. I'll have part two tomorrow. I'll talk more about the Falcons and the Hawks. I'll probably start off talking about the Hawks, so you see a whole bunch of Hawks gameplay. But really, what I'm doing with this series is just running my connected career games throughout it, and just cutting whatever happens. And then next game or next video tomorrow, you'll see, just Atlanta Hawks Association video running through the screen, and then at halftime I'll cut it or something like that, and then yeah, so that's how I plan to kind of run it. But we'll see, because and then I'll have every now and then a kind of um like a kind of like a episode. But I just want to thank you guys for watching. But just leave in the comments what you guys think. I know this video is pretty long, but I just want to know what you guys think. So peace out, everybody, and thank you for watching.